Previous Prius hater can turn around and actually like the Prius. I'm not going to get one probably, but I would. Nah, I won't. Hey there, my name is Jason. I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist or a sleep tech. I'm also the founder of freecpapadvice.com and obviously all these dumbass videos on this channel. So what I wanted to talk about is perceptions of things and how our attitude plays into our outcomes. And this is obviously of our health, and not obviously. It has to do with like CPAP, because that's what I seem to do all my videos on, right? That's my job. So here's how this twisted thought came into my mind. I'm driving right now a Toyota Prius. It is not my car, it's a rental. And I got this car because it was all they had left. It's just, do you want it or not? And I said, well, yeah, sure, of course. I need to get from point A to point B. Now the Prius, I always had a thought in my mind that it was just a weak car. Leonardo DiCaprio drives one and wears it on his sleeve like it's part of his identity. And it wasn't, it's almost like it's a lifestyle choice. And I don't really care about that shit, quite honestly. So I kind of looked at the Prius as something, kind of negative though, quite honestly. And so I always had that negative vibe around him. So she asked if I wanted to drive one for it. I was like, sure, why not? Why not? Absolutely. So I've been driving this thing, and I have to say I actually quite enjoy it. It is like a point A to point B car. You're not going to be towing stuff with it. You're not going to be drag racing with it. It doesn't exactly have a lot of power. Even if you hit the power button, not a ton of power. And it doesn't exactly purr like a kitten. It purrs like a scrawny wet cat that might be angry at times at best. But how does this relate to CPAP? Well, okay, my attitude was piss poor, but yet it turned it around because it's actually a fine automobile, though I'm sure people have horror stories. What I noticed was when people come into the lab for sleep studies or for any type of testing with our CPAP equipment, they often mention that they know someone who's on it. Now, if they say, I know someone who's on this, my grandpa's on it, and he absolutely hates it, refuses to wear it, those people don't really do all that well because they have this negative attitude towards it. They usually don't give it a try. In their head, they're already going to fail. And so they tend to have poor outcomes, or really no outcomes, because they quit it. The people that come in and say, my husband's on it, my grandma's on it, my best friend's on it, they love it. They could actually, honest to God, have a terrible experience with it, like clinically a horrible experience with it. But because they come in with this positive attitude, long term, they actually do pretty well. So that's my thoughts to you. Give CPAP a fair shot, whether you're going into, actually, please share this. If you know someone that's going in for a sleep study or is about to start CPAP, if you would, share this video. Hopefully it'll help someone out and just kind of get them out of that negative rut they may be in. I'm certainly guilty of it. But CPAP isn't a horrible thing. It's designed to help you breathe and keep your airway open when it's not being held open. Please keep in mind that it's going to take maybe at minimum 5 to 10 minutes to get used to the different type of breathing with CPAP. It may even take a month to get used to it, but you've been however old you are, you've been sleeping that long without CPAP. So give yourself some time to get used to it and know that it's there to help you out. Your attitudes will change very much, especially when you start to see some of the health benefits related to it. And man, I need to pay attention. Some of the health benefits, high blood pressure drops. Typically people are on high blood pressure medication. You'll notice that that's going to improve. You may even get off it. I hear this all the time, even from a patient just yesterday. She's saying, oh my God, I used to hate this thing. I wouldn't wear it for, I was diagnosed 6 years ago. I didn't wear it. Now I'm back to be retested. I was at the breaking point. I was a walking zombie. And now I want to use it. And she was just kind of getting fine-tuned. But she said, even though it's not working perfectly, I noticed a difference. She's a diabetic. Her insulin is now she's reacting to it. Whereas before she was kind of not really reacting to it. Off high blood pressure medication. Her metabolism improved. She's starting to lose weight. There's a lot of really good benefits, not to mention just being awake during the day. Quality of life. She even attributed her divorce to lack of sleep. So I implore you, please give CPAP a fair shot. Even if you think you hate the idea of it, just go into it with an open mind, and you may find that you actually benefit from it. If you have a positive or negative thoughts on CPAP, I would love to see it in the comment box below. I think it's good when people share. I hated it because X, Y, and Z. Sometimes when you find that someone hated something that passionately, there's something that was off, like a little tweak that maybe someone who's been using it successfully for a while, or someone who's working in the field like myself, can say, oh, you know what, try it like this instead, or tweak that. You'll get a much better result. Those are just my thoughts. Hey, if a previous Prius hater can turn around and actually like the Prius, I'm not going to get one probably, but I would. Nah, I won't. But I like it. I would totally rent one again. If a previous Prius hater can turn around and start liking him again, then there's hope that you'll like CPAP and you can give it a fair shot. I have faith in you. Now get out there and share this video. Hey, if our videos helped, if you like this video or if you hated this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hate me or like me, subscribe to the channel. And if you wouldn't mind, kick in a couple bucks at my Patreon, which is patreon.com/free CPAP advice. And even a couple bucks a month would help out immensely. We're trying to put in more time to this, and quite honestly, it's a major time suck just on the administrative side of my forum. Holy smokes. All right, take care. This video is over.